So I'm always looking for new ways of speeding up how I measure, and I came across this one and I thought I'd share it. So I measure an awful lot of brickwork and scaffolding, and you can see here I've got a set of elevation drawings, some more. I've got loads of them, and a typical way of normally doing this is I would come over here, I would grab my first wall measurement, and I would then mark up. I would try and work out this bit over here, and then I would get it to where I want it for the first floor. So that's 2.6. I don't want it, if I come over and look at the sections, I actually want it 2.4 to underside a joist, and then to get up to underside a plate I want another 2.7. You're probably saying, well, I'm allowing for 2 courses of facework here that I don't need, but the kind of allowance of that will be offset by any coursing blockets that we have to do in the internal skin. So I would just measure it up to 5.1 meters. So that's slightly wrong. So I'm going to bring this down a bit. So I could look at sketch to scale. Let's have a look at sketch to scale. So I could do a meter wide, and I want it 2.4 high. So if I put this over where I am, so I'm going to start again. I'm going to delete that area out. I'm going to grab this tool again. I'm going to come over to the middle over here. Here we go. So I'm now 2.4 high. I could do the same for measuring the first floor. So but for the moment, yeah, let's do that again. So if I do a meter wide by 2.7 high, gives me where I am here. Just drop this down here, and then I'll grab this over here again. So that kind of gets me to where I want to be for my outside walls. It's a bit of a fiddly process, but then I'd need to also look at things like I start adding things on for DPC trays here. I might have a DPC tray at first floor joist level as well. I might then I'd want to start looking at scaffolding. So I'd have a blocking lift down here, and then I'd have a scaffold lift here somewhere, one just under joist, third lift, and one just under plate. So I've measured all of that. Obviously I do cutouts for the windows and everything else, but I'm just using this example for like the external walls and the main bits of work. So I've done that. If I wanted to, for the rear elevation, I could literally just copy all of that and drag it down and put it in place. So that's quite quick to replace that measurement, do that measurement there. But then I need to come over here and start doing this on this. They need to start measuring all of this. And I was thinking there must be a different way of doing this and a different process. And I don't know how many people looked at using their tool chest over here, sorry, the properties panel, but I thought to myself, well, we can use that. So what I've come up with, instead of doing all of this and doing all these separate elements, oh, by the way, what I would also do in all of these is over here I would allocate that to the ground floor and this one to the first floor, and I'd have to do all of this as well. So I thought, instead of doing all of that, why don't I do this instead? So what I'm going to do is we can use the properties panel. So I'm going to go back up here and external wall one. So I'm just using this as a kind of just as a exercise. I'll do this slightly differently if I was measuring elsewhere. So on a proper project I'd put it on a header page or front page. But what I'm going to do here is you can start using this. Now this is a 1 to 50. No, it's, yeah, 1 to 50. So all I need to remember is the document, the measurements in here are double. So if I put document width of say 2 in here and 4.8 here, you'll see down here I'm actually 1 metre wide but 2.4 metres high. I'm going to take that, I'm going to duplicate it, I'm going to make this one 5.4, which is my 2.7 twice, so it's 2.7 high down here. That's great, I'm going to do that. I'm going to start adding information like that's the ground floor, this is the first floor. I'm also going to come down here and I'm going to put my trays on, DPC, first floor, and I'm going to add my scaffolding on. So, blocking lift, scaffolding, another lift, and another, and another. Right, so I've got a little template there, which is great. So what I can do with this now is I can just grab this, copy it, come down here, come down in this bottom corner down here, paste. That looks like it's in the right place. So if I come down here to the measurements down here on the floor plans, I want half of the 10.43 for just one unit, but bearing in mind that I'm doubling, I can use this 10.43 measurement. So if I just come over here now and change that to 10.43, I'm measured. I can paste again over here. I can, if I want to, I can select that again. I can drag that down here. There we go. And if I want to, I can come over here, paste. And what I can do is drop this over here. And what I need to look at now is I've got 9.553. 9.553 times 2, 19.106. So I just change that to 19.106. There you go. So all of a sudden I've got all of these areas measured, I've got my scaffolding, it's all correct, it's brilliant. It really makes things a lot quicker and it's very neat as well because everything's in the same place. Now when you come to things like these with the tiled units, what we could actually do is take this again. What we're going to do is duplicate that, but we're going to come back up and we're going to select tile hanging. I'm going to change that to tile hanging. What I'm also going to do is we're going to need adaptations on the scaffold for this. So I'm going to put an adapted lift in through there and an adapted lift through there. So now we've got one for the tiling. So let's just grab that quickly. I can go copy, I can come over here. Well, let's just do this elevation over here. Let's just move that into place. And what are we here? We are on that side elevation there. So 9.215, 18.43. So I can just change that to 18.43. And there you go. And if you've got a mixture of the two, we're like in this unit here, what we can actually do is we can just paste in place again. We can have the first one here, come down here, drop it in place. And what's the width of this? So it's going to be like the 6.38 that we need to use. There we go, that's there. And if we come over, come back to my first example, we'll grab this, copy, paste. There we go, and what do we need for that? So that's going to be done with 2.7, 5.4. And there you go. It makes these measures really, really quick to do. And it's pleasing to the eye because everything's lined up and everything will always be lined up. And yeah, I just find this works really well. So hope you like that.